Hello everyone and welcome to the Common Corner. Welcome back if you've been here before. I hope you're enjoying your time. And yes, so today I would like to have a little bit of a time travel backwards where I'd like to go through the things that I purchased or received from Finland and my reflections on the trip overall. There's a lot of them. And I made a little agenda for myself after a long break of not doing any agendas because there's always been just one singular thing to talk about in the video. But this is something that I used to do quite a bit in like May and June time, and I thought it was really helpful for myself to kind of organize my mind a little bit and have a specific topic to focus on because I tend to jump around quite a bit when I'm chatting. So this is just a bit of a guide for me. We'll go through the days in order. I was in Finland for 10 days in total, so I kind of want to talk to myself through the days that I was there and what I kind of purchased on each of the days. Well, maybe on 3 of the days actually, rather than on each of the days, but still. I thought it would be a good way for me to recognize what I spent some of my money on that I had saved for this trip, and also like what were some of the events during that day and what are some of the reflections on the things that I did get and how they are showing up in my life at the moment. Okay. I hope that does for an introduction. Before we jump into the actual days and what kind of things I added to kind of my life from different places, I'd like to first recognize how beautifully received my previous video was with my sisters. So that collaboration had been in my mind for a while because I started this channel for the twins, who are 2 of my sisters, and I had been wanting to hear their thoughts about journaling ever since I really started the Common Corner. So I finally had the chance to do this collaboration in Finland, and also my youngest sister wanted to join in with me as well, so which was very sweet. And the kind of the way that video was received was just so kind from everyone. And by the time you're seeing this video, I hopefully have uploaded a little thank you card from my sisters that they've sent me, which you'll find in the community tab of my YouTube channel. So that's just a big thank you from my sisters for your kind words on their journals. Okay, let's tune into the moment as per usual. It is currently almost 4 p.m. on a Sunday. So I'm now back to my usual Sunday sit downs, and it feels very, very good. It feels very, very good to be back in the Common Corner. I've terribly missed this place, and it really shows in my daily pages how I haven't been at the Common Corner, but more on that in just a little bit. So, oh yes, okay, one more thing. I wanted to keep this card here on my table because I have just made it for my friend who I'm about to go see after I finish filming this video. It's her birthday tomorrow, and she's actually the person that introduced me to the work of Yoshitomo Nara, and you would have probably heard me mentioning the work of Yoshitomo Nara quite a bit in my channel through the whole time that I've been here. So I'm just very grateful for this friend, first of all, just for their existence and their presence in my life, but also for the fact that they introduced Yoshitomo Nara to me. So what I did is that I drew both of us as like in the style of Yoshitomo Nara. The drawing that, or the painting by him of the girl that's smoking, is my friend's favorite painting or piece of art. So I drew that as them, and then this is me with my new short hair that I cut just a few days ago, which she hasn't seen yet, so it's fun that I drew that there. And this is, if I've translated it correctly, is just the Japanese word for birth, and I thought it was kind of funny to just write birth here for her birthday. And then, yes, so I just have a little letter at the back as well, which is kind of my tradition with all of my friends and the dear people in my life, is that I write a little letter for them for their birthday or around their birthday. But anyway, I just wanted to kind of keep that there for the memories. All right, let's jump right in. I'm gonna pull my Hominichi cousin back here to be with me and to be my kind of guidebook as we go through the days in Finland. Oh yes, so here. Let's do a bit of reorganization. Okay, that's gonna have to be over there. All right, so when we arrived in Finland, actually I'm trying to find one more thing that I wanted to show you, but I think it's not near me at the moment. Yeah, that's fine. Yes, so when we arrived in Finland, it was a very late Saturday night. And actually the first time that I logged in, well, it was late Saturday night, and then I did a bit of writing once I had finally arrived at my sister's place, who lives in Finland. So it's the sister that's right after me. She lives in Finland, and we stayed in her place for one night, and we were about to go to sleep at like 1 a.m. So I did a bit of journaling on, you know, it was on the side of Sunday. So this is all that I did on that day. And there's a few things that I want to talk through when it comes to this Sunday. So I think it was just the timestamp as well as a couple sentences that I wrote in that first bit. And then at the end of the Sunday, I also wrote this bit, as well as this, I think. But everything else, the bits that you see in red, have been backfilled. And I had this idea once I had come back to London that maybe it might be nice to do all of the backfilling in a red ink. And speaking of red ink, I finally purchased a red ink for my Kaweco Sport, my second fountain pen. Well, my first ever fountain pen, but I use the Owl Sport as my daily pen, and this one for my red ink whenever I need it. And I had finally purchased one. This was a bit of a sporadic one where I was ordering something online, and I just thought, oh, finally, maybe I should just get a red ink, even though it might not be my forever red ink, quote unquote. But actually, I really, really love this red ink. And it is the Waterman Paris Audacious red ink. The name is a bit funny, Audacious red ink. And it is working brilliantly so far. It's a 50 milliliter one, so it's probably gonna last me for quite a long time. But I like the design because you can dip it like this once it starts to run low. You can dip it like this, and you can use it with dip pens as well, which I do not own at the moment, by the way. Yes, but it's a really, really gorgeous one, and I think later on you might see a bit of a bigger swatch of it in my traveler's notebook insert. Okay, so this is the red ink that I've been wanting to update you on, and it is in my Kaweco Sport in burgundy color, and it kind of matches with the pen, which is lovely. So I thought that all of the backfilling would be done with this ink, and you can kind of see that over here as well. So it kind of creates this very clear outline between what was done on the day while I'm traveling and what was filled afterwards. And it just grounds me in the reality that whenever I'm traveling, I'm making a lot more memories and archiving a lot less. So I thought that that was good. But anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. We're still on Sunday here. So when we woke up for my sisters on the Sunday, we went out to have some lunch at a very traditional Finnish cafe. And then afterwards, we made our way to Muji in Helsinki. As I've mentioned now a couple times, the Muji in Helsinki is the biggest one in Europe. And they have a stamping section, which is just like kind of amazing. And I did a few stamps there. But on top of these stamps, you'll be able to see, I think, these stamps kind of everywhere, to be honest, because I had all of my books with me. The other example is in my traveler's notebook insert, which I haven't fully set up yet because it's my second one, just over there. is one of them. It's the same one as here. And then also I think I stamped an airplane just here, and then I had some spare pages that I did some more stamping on, and this was one of the bows. But yes, I have a lot more to say about the stamping section in Muji, a lot more good things, but alas, we don't have the time today. Yeah, so while I was in Muji, I picked up just a few things, and some of them were bare necessities, some of them were ephemera. So the Mujis in London at the moment are not stocking the Muji glue. They're either out of stock and they're just not restocking it, which is strange. But anyway, of course, the one in Helsinki had loads because they generally carry the whole line of Muji products. So they had the glue sticks, and I stocked up on these, and they are just, honestly, after using some, where is it, like some general glue from just like the supermarket here in the UK, it was lovely to return back to these. The general glues tend to be quite soft and sticky, and they kind of like go on in big blobs everywhere, which is weird. But then the Muji glue is a bit more hard, so it goes on very smoothly and doesn't leave these weird streaks like the other one does. It's difficult to describe it, but anyway, I'm happy to get these back in my stock. Highly recommend, if you are in any Mujis and you notice them having these, I recommend grabbing one and testing it out. And it doesn't peel back afterwards as well, which is really, really, really lovely. Yes, so that was one of the things. And the other one, and I'm just so extremely excited about this one, they had these Muji tote bags, but at the same time, oh, there's an ice cream truck that you'll be able to see here right now. Okay, that's lovely background music. Yes, so they had the Muji Helsinki tote bag. Kamppi Helsinki is the location of the Muji, which is just here. And it has the Helsinki map, the like Helsinki Central map here. So this is the main train station that you come in to Helsinki, and the Muji is really nearby that. And then all of these dotted bits is actually the ocean. So that's also really, like, you can kind of see how Helsinki is located in Finland, is by the ocean in the very south of Finland. And actually what's also really nice to see is that we stayed with my friends in Helsinki as well for a few nights, and I think their house is just about there. So you can kind of see and be able to locate different parts of Helsinki here. And I just thought it was a really lovely way of like remembering the trip and remembering how fun it was to visit Muji with my sister and my partner and do a lot of stamping. And also it's a memory of Helsinki as well. So this is the one main thing that I was really excited to show. I saw it and I just grabbed it. It was very exciting. I love my tote bags, especially when they're this lovely, like, neutral colored one. Yes, I could go in detail about Helsinki, but I shall save that for another time, because I'm actually realizing that I didn't time my day very well today. I should already be leaving to see my friend, I think, very soon, but she's very calmed and chill, so I'll take my time. I already let her know that I might be running a bit late. Yes, okay. Then the other thing that I received that day was actually a housewarming gift from my sister. So of course we haven't had a housewarming party yet here, or gathering more so here at our new place, but my sister still had gotten us a little gift, which is located right here under this candle. And there are two Moomin coasters. She knows me very well. She knows me very well. And I just thought it was so brilliant how, first of all, this is one of the original characters of Moomin, which a lot of people might not be super familiar with, but he's, I think, Mr. Hemulin is how you say it in English, and he's this like botanist person who collects stamps, but here they kind of look like stickers, and I just think that's really fun, because, well, I'm enjoying my sticker collecting at the moment, so it kind of looked like stickers. and he has these glasses. And then my sister also found another coaster where little Mai looks like she's stealing someone's glasses, and they look exactly like these glasses. So like they weren't supposed to be paired together or anything like that, but they very much go well as a pair. So I just kept these under here so that I remember to show them, because they are just beautiful, and they're made up out of a wood, Finnish wood. I think it's birch wood, and yes, it's made in Finland with this machine where it burns the design into the wood. So it's just really cool, and we've already been using them quite a bit, so thank you, B, my sister. Okay. Moving on. There was not a lot else that happened on that day, and we didn't do that much of shopping or anything like that. But then the following day was the one that I had been very, very much looking forward to. The day that I would get to go have a good round in the Moomin shop of Helsinki. It's a relatively new shop, and it's very big, and it just has everything that someone who enjoys the company of the Moomins would like. And I just wanted to show you quickly what I got from there, because in my Finland travel log video I showed you footage from the Moomin shop, and I told you that I got some things, but I didn't show you what I got. So firstly, let's appreciate this beautiful paper bag. And these are some of the original illustrations by Tove Jansson, who is the creator of Moomins. Okay, so firstly, you might notice this matchbox that I used in the beginning, and it's a recyclable matchbox, or reusable rather, so you can just keep replacing the little matches inside and keep putting it back in. And the sides are flammable, so you can use the sides to activate your match. And it just has this dear little Moomin contemplating life by a river, and this is one of my favorite illustrations actually by Tove Jansson. There's just something so comforting about it, so I enjoy that, and now it's keeping me good company here on my desk. Inside of here is something that I've kind of purchased in preparation for the upcoming months. And some of you who have viewed my channel for a bit longer might remember that I did this photo book when I had just received my new printer. So I received this printer as a gift from my partner in the late spring of this year. And around that same time, I had just gone to Helsinki to just visit my sister, and we had gone to the Moomin shop together, and I picked up this little passport-sized booklet. And in order to kind of get used to printing photos and using this printer, I thought that I would kind of do this photo per day situation here. The reason for that was that I didn't want to, put a photo per day in my daily pages, because that would take up too much space every day. So I made this little guy where I've kept quite a bit of memories from, first of all, that Helsinki trip, but also afterwards. And I logged one whole month in this booklet, and it just turned out really beautiful, and I really loved it. And someone then asked if I could do a full flip through of it, which I am now doing. And I have also kept up this practice, which has been really, really fun. The next booklet that I purchased was from, this has been very quick as well, but the next booklet that I purchased was from the Stationery Fest in Manchester, and it was just a Traveller's Company passport-size blank booklet. And this one is not from the Moomins, obviously, but I got a sticker from a friend of mine, from a new friend, that I put on here to kind of keep up with the theme. This one has slightly more kind of personal memories and photographs where there's a lot of faces being shown. So I'm not going to flip through it as confidently as the previous one, but the idea here is very much the same. Visiting all things analog in Eastbourne, and just keeping all of the beauty within this one book with just a very simple description of the photo as well as the date. And yeah, this book also lasted me for just about a month until I moved to my new place. And these are some photos from the neighborhood. Then I thought, okay, I had just finished this booklet and I was about to be going to Finland. So I thought that I would pick up booklets for the upcoming months until I can once again go to Finland to visit the Moomin shop, because I don't know if these are sold in the UK. So this is the one that I will be using for August, and I do have some things to catch up on, I think. But I have printed a couple things in here, but I think my entire trip of Finland is yet to be put in here. This is just when we were going into the airplane. And this is from the airplane, some clouds, and after that I still need to fill in these pages. But this will be my August book, and I think I decided that this will be my September book. This will be my October book, and this would be my November book, which is very wintry, and this is like just one of my favorites. And then in December I hope that I'll be going back home for Christmas, so I'll visit the Moomin shop then and stock up these again. And I think this is just a very lovely way of preserving my memories in photo form. And there's just something very fun about keeping these little books. I don't consider them as part of my kind of journaling system or anything like that. It's just a fun kind of little extra thing to do to print those photos, because I really love using the printer, and sometimes I just don't have enough space over here to print all the photos I want. So this is the space for that. But anyway, I wanted to show you these beautiful prints from I think these are all from the original Moomin books, but they are all the original artwork from Tuve Jansson, so not from the 2D animation cartoon. Okay, so yes, that's that, and I'm keeping them together with this little elastic for now until I kind of find a way to store them in a way that's easy to flip through and stuff. But I'm happy with the way that they are existing as right now. Then from the Moomin shop I have some stickers, and I was very, very impressed with their sticker collection. Okay, first of all, I think I have some journal related stickers here at the back. So they actually had like journaling stickers at the Moomin shop, which I was so impressed by. So here they have all of the months, but in Finnish. Here they have a couple of like the weekdays in Finnish. Everything's in Finnish, by the way. And they have like, remember to rest, my own time, party, to-do list, to buy list, remember to make some pancakes. So this is quite enjoyable. And then they have these round stickers, which are kind of denoting different things that you might put in your calendar. Reading time related to money, you know, together time with your loved ones, drinking, Moomin Papa drinking champagne, resting day, skiing, rain, cleaning, and so on. So I just thought that these were really, really, really good, and I absolutely love them. Couldn't really resist at all. I've realized that I really enjoy stocking up my stationery in places outside of my home area. Although London has, of course, thousands of things to offer and lots of beautiful stationery shops, I realized that, for example, when I went to Manchester, it just felt so special to get things from the stationery fest there. And now when I was in Finland, I just felt so excited to collect these things, because every time that I use these stickers, it's just the memory of Finland. And every time I use the stickers I got from Manchester, the stationery fest, it's a memory of that. And I hope that that's the way that I can keep going with things. Soon I'll be going to Hong Kong, so I'm really, really excited to, you know, go there and get some things that I can then always remember the trip by. All right, on to the stickers. I'm storing my stickers in this traveler's notebook cover, in which I have a sticker insert or sticker book insert. And this is just my I store a lot of my stationery bits in here. And these days I'm also storing my extra ephemera in just a gridded booklet, but this is something I need to talk about another day, I think. So these are some of my favorites from there. I got a few, like, what are they called? Are they called butterfly stickers or something, where they're like kind of just like freely floating stickers, or they're not in a sticker sheet. So I got one pack of those, which included this one of Sniff, this Moomin house one, which was just my favorite one, and then the Police, Little My, and the Grog. And then I got a few sticker sheets which had a bit more of a variety, not variety, but no, the opposite. It had a bit more of a theme. One was a seaside one was something else, like a travel one. The pink one was related to like love and friendships. And then I got one that was the Moomin house and a couple of the people who live in the Moomin house, which is most often Little My, the Moomin troll, and Moomin Papa and Moomin Mama. Some of the other stickers I was able to store here. So I think with this one, yes, so this was like a sea related one. Like I used this one from there as well, and there's a little sailing boat, which was very appropriate because I went sailing with my friends on this day. And then the other one also seems to be related to sailing, or like kind of being on the sea, but this is related to a very specific episode in the Moomins. And like I said, this was like a friendship and letter writing one, a bit more of like a softer theme. And then I got a few, I think they're called die cut or vinyl stickers, which are a bit bigger. So there's one of the Hattivattens and one of Little My's big sister. I don't actually know what her name is in English, but it's Mymmeli in Finnish. And then I got one of Little My, but this one I just like to keep it like this until I use it, because I really like the layout of the pancakes and Little My laughing and the marmalade and the cherries. So really enjoying that. Yeah, it says vinyl stickers here, so yeah. So those are the Moomin stickers that I got from there. Honestly, it was just such a good selection of things, and I've just really been enjoying just looking at these in general. They're just really beautiful. Okay, I think that's it from the Moomin shop. I did also get like a cleaning thing, cleaning wipe thing, but it's on the other side of the flat right now, so I shall not retrieve it. If I remember, I'll show it to you next time, because the print on it is very, very nice. All right, so if we move on from there, those are the things that I enjoyed getting in Helsinki. I'm kind of trying to look around if I was forgetting anything, but I don't think so. Yeah. Then the next day we were on an 8-hour train to Oulu, so my home city, which is a bit more up north in Finland, but our train was taking a really weird route, and that was the only direct train that day. So we were on the train for 8 hours, but I was there with my partner and my sister, so actually we had a really good time, and the train ride just went so quickly. However, on the train, we were, like, both me and my partner, who are now using fountain pens, both of us, we were writing, and like literally within the same half an hour, we both ran out of our usual black ink, which is the Kaweco Black Pearl ink. And I realized that I did not bring any ink with me at all. So then the same day when we got off the train station, we went for a hunt for ink, and I found this ink bottle of black ink. It was just like some calligraphy ink from Winsor and Newton, which I guess is an English brand. It does say made in France though. But we got this little ink bottle, and it was a struggle because we didn't have like a blunt tipped syringe, so we couldn't really fill the cartridges. So we were just trying to like use an eyedropper to put it inside, but it was very messy and it didn't really work. So we were a bit like disheartened by that. But then the next day I had some business to do in the central of my city, or in the city center. And I just went to the, and this was on Wednesday, I went to their kind of biggest bookshop. And by just sheer coincidence, I think, they had just stocked Kaweco pens as part of their lineup, like pen lineup in the store. And they had not only different inks to choose from, but also exchanged nibs for a very, very good price. So I got extremely excited about this, so that, well, I stocked up my black ink so that I can continue doing my writing. But I also tried out the ruby red ink, which a lot of people had recommended to me when I've mentioned previously that I'm looking for red inks. But I had always thought about the ruby aspect of this name, of this color. And I had always kind of imagined that the ruby red ink is gonna be more like a violet red rather than a warm red. But I still was curious, and it was, I think, like, if you convert it in pounds, it was like a bit less than £2 for 6 cartridges. So I thought, it won't go to waste, and my partner, who does a lot of drawing, will end up using it at some point anyway, perhaps. And I tried it out, and I did enjoy it, but it is definitely not my red. It's not the red that I'm looking for, I think. And as you can see here, I also got one of the palm green ones. I do love my greens, and I've been looking for like a cooler dark green, as at the moment I only have a few like ink samples from this Jo Journals, actually. Some of you might know her on YouTube as well. And I did a little swatch of these two. So this is the ruby red, and here it is in comparison to the Waterman Paris Audacious Red, which I mentioned earlier. And you can see that the Audacious Red is a lot more warmer, whereas the ruby red is a bit more like pink/purple-ish. And then here I also did a swatch of the palm green, which I actually really love. And it's here in comparison to R&K. I'm not actually sure what this company is, but this kind of green that I can't really pronounce. And then Dominant Industries Fisherman at Sea, which is a bit more of a warmer ink compared to this kind of, it's almost like a Christmas tree green. So I really like this. It says palm green, but I associate this with Christmas trees. So yes, really enjoyed those two, and they were really fun to try out. And I think I enjoy the fact that they're ink cartridges, because they were very cheap and it can be very easily switched out from one pen to another without, needing to have a lot of converters. So yes, I thought I would put those here. And then they had nibs, exchange nibs for the aluminium pens, Kaweco aluminium pens, so Kaweco All Sports. And I got myself actually an extra fine nib, and this is my previous fine nib. I also got a broad nib, which now my partner is using in his Kaweco All Sport to do kind of filling in of his drawings, which honestly is so beautiful. That nib I've tried writing with it, and it's a very, very nice experience to have such a broad nib that lets through so much ink. It's a very good experience, but I don't have an example of it here. Yeah, I think he's coming over to show it. Okay, thanks. Yeah, so this is his beautiful Kaweco All Sport that I gifted him as a moving in gift. And let me do a little example here. So this was done using like a very broad Tombow felt tip pen, and then this is his broad nibbed Kaweco Sport, so it almost writes as thick as a felt tip pen, and it's just so good to write with. I actually should have done this little Sunday agenda with this pen. Okay. I'm gonna put it here. There we go. Yes, so I got 2 of those extra nibs, and now it's just very nice to have a bit more of a selection when I'm doing different kinds of creative inquiries with my fountain pen. So it's good to have a selection to choose from. And all of the nibs also write very differently, so they have a very different feeling when compared with each other. And I also enjoy that because this pen, for example, I think will be, somehow I just feel like this one with the fine nib will be better during wintertime, where it writes a bit more broadly than the extra fine, which is a very light feeling, if that makes sense. Here it's kind of compared. So, okay, anyway, let's move on from that. I got also some stickers from the same shop that I got the Kaweco inks. It's actually called the Finnish Bookshop. In Finnish you would say Suomalainen kirjakauppa. And it's a very, very lovely bookstore in Finland. Yes, so I wanted to show you some stickers from there, but I believe they are all actually here. While I was in Oulu, so at my parents' house, I also discovered a old sticker book that I had when I was like 2 or 3 years old, when I was very young. Anyways, and actually there's some stickers from that time, so about, well, many years ago, very many years ago, almost like 20 years ago or something, a bit more than that even. This sticker book has existed and kept these Moomin stickers in, and it's just amazing that they have yet to be removed. Even like the stitches are a bit like rusted on the side, but I kept those in there in the way that they had been put in. But I'll use them at some point when I feel ready to paste them onto my pages. And yeah, these were the stickers that I enjoyed like more than 20 years ago. It's funny to see them. But now I have some extra sticker release paper, and I put these stickers in here. They are just these kind of Japanese cats, and some of them are gold foiled. Oops, there was a sticker that came loose. Let me just put it somewhere here. Yes, some of them are gold foiled. Actually, I think all of them have some kind of gold detail, and I love that. I really do. It's really beautiful. Actually, this black one doesn't have any, which is quite nice. I can use that around Halloween maybe. But yes, I really enjoyed that. I hope that the gold foiling gets caught on camera. Then I got this pack of like journaling stickers. That's literally what it was called. But I really love the design of them because they have been made by a Finnish illustrator. So you can see a lot of Finnish elements in here. For example, this mug is designed by a brand that is a very famous Finnish brand called Marimekko. And then this flower is very prominent in Finland. And was there a couple of other Finnish things as well? Maybe, oh, well, here there's like letters that says to you in Finnish as well. But then they're kind of like botanical themed, which I really like. Yeah, so they were just really beautiful and very well priced as well. So I enjoyed that. Here's some of the sticker release paper from the Moomin shop. Just an empty one. And then this is actually something that I really enjoyed getting, is two sheets of stickers that are by various Finnish artists from like, I think the 1800s. I actually did a bit of research and I noted down all the names of the artists, as well as when the painting was made and what were the original dimensions of the paintings. And I just pasted all of them here because there were so many of them, so I just like to have that collection here. And I think what first caught my eye was this Garden of Death. So it's a skeleton holding flowers. I don't know, it just felt like, made me feel cozy for some reason. And it reminded me of medicine as well. Yeah. And then how, like, maybe I don't want to get too grim here, but it reminded me of my practice of kind of medicine and the things that I've encountered in medicine. But however, those experiences have made me feel more drawn to medicine and made me want to keep working to become a doctor. So I like that one. But I also really like the sailing boat one, as well as the Finnish flower scene. The other ones are nice as well. And I've been kind of gifting them around, as you can notice. Was there anything else here? No, I don't think so. So those were the stickers that I got from there, and I've been enjoying using them in my daily pages, as you can see here. Okay, let me do a bit of organizing. Oh no. Oh, this Moomin Papa sticker came off. Oh no, I might have to paste it somewhere actually. It's like it got caught on the fabric of my book cover. It's okay, we're gonna put it somewhere together. I think this would actually be good. So this is kind of my goals for the next half a year, so for the second half of this year. Maybe we'll put Moomin Papa there to like contemplate life. Okay, I think that's good. I think that's good. Okay, I think, oh, here you can see some of my stickers in action, and actually these are some of the Moomin journal stickers that I mentioned just now. Yes. Okay. The one more thing that I got from my home city, Oulu, is a comic book. And this is a comic book of my childhood, to be honest. It's the Donald Duck comic, and Finnish people love Donald Duck for some reason, and there has been a Donald Duck comic magazine, like it's been released every week for like, I want to say like almost 40 years now, and they've also made these kind of thicker collections of comics, and I just really love them. It says like it's the Donald Duck's pocket book, but it has a lot more than just Donald Duck. So it has Mickey Mouse as well, but like the Finnish drawing of Mickey Mouse. It has, I don't know actually what this guy's name is in English, but it's a Mickey Mouse kind of bad guy. And then there is this cat comic, and then there's Donald Duck as like an undercover agent comic as well, which I actually really like this because I like the kind of dark tone of this comic. They're really cool. Yes, so I got this and I've been really enjoying it, and it's kind of been like an Olympics themed one, so there's been like a lot of sports in this one, or like comics about sports, as you can see. So I really enjoyed this one, and I usually almost always pick one of these up when I'm in Finland, because I kind of just can't resist that nostalgia that comes when I read through one of these. However, the one thing kind of that I must say is that recently I've noticed that a lot of the comics start to have like technology in them somehow. Like the story might be about an app dysfunctioning, and then something happens in the city that they live in, and I think it's just kind of weird, like why we have to integrate technology into like something that's already so not realistic, you know? Like here, like I don't want reality to come in here. This one, for example, is like smart shoes, like these shoes that can be controlled by an app. You know, like, I'm just like, why? Anyway, I wish it was how it used to be, you know, where the comics are made up in a made up place, and they don't have kind of reality in them, you know. But I guess art mimics reality. I guess that's what people say. So it was to be expected at some point. Anyway. Moving on. Moving on from that. Okay, I think those were the things. Oh, actually no, there's these things that I have not even touched on. Okay, I had forgotten. These two are actually from the Muji in Helsinki that I went to on my first full day in Helsinki. Just my normal like cardboard colored tape that I use quite often in my daily pages. You can see it here, and you can also see it over here and over here, and I really like it. And it has these perforations, so you can get a very clear cut every time. So if I do this and I cut it, it's always going to be a straight line, so that's very good and useful. This one doesn't have perforations, but nevertheless is a really lovely red tape. I love my black and I love my red within my book, and red is kind of the only very prominent color in my book. I would say perhaps maybe. And then the other colors are kind of warmer, maybe some yellows, maybe sometimes some blues, like cozy sky blue colors. And yeah, so I like this one, and I knew it would go well with my book. Then I got like a movie ticket stub one, and this was from the same Finnish bookstore place, and it just has these tickets, and I just thought that's lovely because I love movies and I go to the movie theater a lot. So now I can put one of these whenever I go, and one example of it is actually here. I went to see Totoro. They were randomly showing it in my local movie theater, and that was lovely. I think it's actually become my favorite Studio Ghibli movies. So I put one of them there on top of this Totoro sticker that I had. And then I got this like stamp one. Is it a stamp? Like a postage stamp one where they're first of all perforated, so it's easy to peel off and rip. And also they have the kind of perforated edges as well. So these are really beautiful. And they kind of have like a garden theme, sort of nature, that kind of vibe. A good vibe, nevertheless. Yes, so that was it, I think. I shall now show you my daily pages and kind of reflections. Well, you have seen a few of my pages from the video that I did when I was in Finland, but I think I've added quite a bit to them afterwards. So I've included some more photos from my trip, and this was actually lovely because I haven't done a trip during which my travel log included photos, because actually I haven't done any proper kind of big trips abroad after I got my photo printer. So now I was actually able to store some of the memories a lot more in detail because I was able to include these physical photos from the trip that I took. So I really love that. So I really made use of that. This bit, of course, is going to be filled with red, but then the page that is completely backfilled, because on the 16th, on this Friday, I spent the entire day in Lapland at our family cottage. So I didn't have any time to do any journaling because I was busy making memories. But I have included a few photos and some ephemera. This is such a good memory, but I'm gonna use black ink to do this page because I already know that it's gonna be completely backfilled because of the box around it. But then on days that I actually did do some journaling on the actual day, I'm gonna use red ink to fill up the rest of the page to kind of really muster all of the memories in these pages. And the example is here, as well as here on the first day that I actually was in Finland, and I put a little key to Finland travel logs here so that I remember to, like, in the future, that all of the red bits have been backfilled. So this is going to be in red, and then also this page I think is going to look extremely good because we'll have this entire bit in red and this in red. So there's going to be like a nice flow of colors here, I think, but if the red is the prominent one, it wouldn't feel too messy, hopefully. The Sunday, so this was day 8 out of 10. I've also logged which day out of 10 it was, because we spent 10 days in Finland in total. On day 8, we spent quite a lot of time on the beach, and my home city is next to the ocean, or the Gulf of Finland, which is then connected to the Atlantic, I think. I'm not very good with oceans, but yeah. So I have some photos from there, and then this Moomin family, like, having a little picnic and collecting their swimming suits and fishing nets and so on. So I included that here. I just thought it was really fun. And then this is a photo of new potatoes, and Finnish new potatoes are, in my opinion, the best new potatoes to exist. They just have a very brilliant flavor to them, and I could eat them just plain. Really, really delicious. And then on the final day, I met up with a friend whose photo is here, and one of the friends that was traveling with me, actually from London, I have a photo of them having a little nap in the train to the airport. And then this was actually a stamp from Muji that I had just cut out from another notebook and then put in here. I swear I just saw my commonplace book, yeah, in which I had put some of my stamps. Oh, my siblings trying out my red fountain pen. Yeah, so here are some of the stamps that I stamped in Muji, and I've just been cutting out some of them and using them in my books. I am aware that I used quite many of my commonplace books pages, and now I only have like a few more left, so I need to set up a new commonplace book very, very soon. Yeah. Okay. I need to dive into this as well as my like traveler's notebook treasure insert, as I've been calling it, because I haven't really been fond of the word junk journal, even though that's essentially what it is, but a treasure insert of extra ephemera has been kind of the terminology that I refer to when it comes to this one insert in my traveler's notebook. The rest of the inserts are like for storing my stationery and my ephemera. Okay, so I need to dive into this another time. Perhaps next week, Okay, then first day back in London. Right away, my pages are full. I actually have time to sit down and enjoy decorating, enjoy pasting in my ephemera, enjoy writing. I've been getting up very early because of the time difference between Finland and London. And it has just been a very, very lovely time here in my book, in my pages. I'm just very happy. So yeah, and here we are finally on the Sunday, the 25th of August. September is nearing by. I'm very excited. Number 4 on the list of the agenda is going forward, ? There's quite a bit of things that are now gonna start happening from, September onwards. I'm happy that we're almost in September because autumn is here. I am starting university again in just a few days, actually, on Tuesday, so day after tomorrow, which feels kind of crazy. So my summer is kind of officially almost over, but I'm not mad about it. It was a short summer, but I'm very ready to go back to uni. I'm enjoying my time there, and there's a lot of good things coming. Next week, hopefully I will see you with a bit of a commonplace chat, as well as a traveler's notebook chat, as well as a chat about the Hobonichi lineup for 2025 and my thoughts on it. As you know, I'm using my Hobonichi avec for the 3rd book in a row, and I'm very much planning on continuing with the avec system. But I have some other thoughts related to the 2025 Hobonichi lineup, as well as the traveler's notebook release as well. Anyway, lots of thoughts, but I shall save those for next Sunday. I feel like I've forgotten something, but luckily there will always be another Sunday to talk about it. So until then, bye bye.